has just sealed a massive pipeline deal with the United States, and the implications of this agreement stretch far beyond simple oil and gas transportation. This isn't just another trade deal, folks. What we're witnessing here is a fundamental shift in how North American energy infrastructure will operate for decades to come. Let's break it down. Canada-US energy relations. To understand the magnitude of this deal, let's take a step back. Canada's energy relationship with the US has been crucial for decades. The US has always been Alberta's largest customer for oil, and the province's energy exports have kept America's refineries well supplied. For Alberta, this deal represents a major milestone in its efforts to secure reliable access to the US market while navigating the complexities of Canadian federal energy policies. In recent years, Alberta has faced mounting challenges regarding its pipeline projects, from the cancellation of Keystone XL to political and environmental pushback on other infrastructure initiatives. But despite these setbacks, Premier Danielle Smith's government has managed to negotiate one of the most significant cross-border energy infrastructure deals in recent Canadian history. The deal details. The deal centers on the development of a new pipeline system that will dramatically increase Alberta's capacity to export crude oil and refined petroleum products directly to U.S. markets. This pipeline is not just any project, it's a multi-billion-dollar infrastructure initiative that will reshape how North America's energy market operates for years to come. Set to transport approximately 800,000 barrels per day of crude oil, the pipeline will include advanced pumping stations, storage facilities, and state-of-the-art monitoring systems to ensure safety and efficiency.
Saskatchewan and Alberta just dropped a nuclear announcement that could literally split.
This is not just an ideological argument. It's not just a minor disagreement. Oil is by far the most valuable export for Canada.
What makes this deal particularly noteworthy is its strategic design. Unlike previous pipeline projects that relied on a single route, this agreement establishes multiple smaller, interconnected routes that offer flexibility and redundancy. This not only helps mitigate potential regulatory and environmental opposition, but also allows for economic benefits to flow into multiple communities across Canada and the US. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Stay tuned for more updates and content. We've got plenty more coming your way.
4.2 million barrels of oil per day. That's 1.5 billion barrels annually. To put that in percent, that's more oil than most OPEC nations produce.
Economic and job creation impact. From Alberta's perspective, this deal is a massive win. First, it guarantees direct access to American markets without having to navigate the complexities of federal regulations and provincial politics. You might recall Alberta's frustration when the Keystone XL project was canceled after years of investment, and that setback left a lot of uncertainty about Alberta's future energy access. Economically, the deal promises over $12 billion in revenue for Alberta over the first decade of operation. This revenue will support crucial sectors like healthcare, education, and infrastructure development, especially important given the province's recent fiscal challenges caused by oil price volatility and the pandemic. But that's not all. The construction phase of the project will create an estimated 15,000 jobs over 3 years, with an additional 2,500 permanent positions once the pipeline becomes operational. These aren't just any jobs. These are high-paying, skilled positions that will attract workers from across Canada, providing long-term career opportunities in Alberta. This is a game changer for the province, which has faced economic hardships in recent years. Strategic importance. At a time when global energy markets are still recovering from past disruptions, this deal couldn't have come at a better time. Geopolitical tensions and supply chain issues have made North American energy security more critical than ever. This pipeline positions Alberta as a reliable supplier of stable, high-quality oil to the United States, strengthening North America's overall energy independence. Energy security is no longer just a national issue, it's a continental priority. With rising concerns over the stability of international energy supply chains, Canada's role as a secure, friendly neighbor in providing energy is increasingly vital. Alberta's pipeline will not only meet U.S. energy demands, but also support American refinery operations, ensuring consumers have access to competitively priced energy products. Environmental considerations. Now, while this deal brings numerous economic benefits, it hasn't been without its critics. Environmental groups have expressed concerns, as expected, about the expansion of fossil fuel infrastructure. However, this pipeline deal incorporates some of the most advanced environmental protections seen in any project of this scale. The pipeline will feature real-time monitoring systems with cutting-edge leak detection capabilities that can identify and isolate potential issues within minutes. Moreover, regular environmental impact assessments will be conducted, and funds have been allocated for habitat restoration and conservation along the pipeline route. In addition, indigenous communities along the pipeline route have been consulted and included in the process. Several First Nations have signed benefit-sharing agreements, ensuring direct economic participation in the project. This marks a significant departure from past practices, showcasing a more inclusive approach to infrastructure development. U.S. political response. From the U.S. perspective, this deal addresses several strategic priorities, particularly in energy security. Having a reliable neighbor like Canada is invaluable, especially as global energy markets face instability. The federal government's response has been largely supportive, with many American policymakers praising the deal for strengthening U.S. energy independence. Alberta's growing influence. Finally, this deal signals a broader shift in Alberta's approach to energy policy. Over the past few years, the province has increasingly pursued independent energy initiatives, bypassing the usual federal red tape. This move reflects growing trends in Canadian federalism, where provinces like Alberta are asserting greater control over their natural resources and forging direct relationships with international partners. The deal's success could serve as a model for future Canadian energy projects, demonstrating how to balance economic ambitions with environmental and social concerns. Alberta is now positioned as a more powerful player in North American energy markets, and this deal is just the beginning. Conclusion. As we wrap up today's deep dive into this groundbreaking pipeline deal, it's clear that we're witnessing a pivotal moment in Canadian energy policy and North American economic integration. Alberta's future as an energy powerhouse is secure, but the long-term impacts of this agreement will extend far beyond just the immediate economic benefits. From energy independence to environmental protections, and from job creation to geopolitical stability, this deal represents much more than just the construction of a pipeline. It's a statement of Alberta's growing influence and a reflection of Canada's evolving relationship with both its provinces and the U.S. Thanks for joining us today on Global Power Play. If you found this analysis helpful, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss our latest coverage of the issues shaping Canada's future. Drop a comment below and let us know your thoughts on this massive pipeline deal.